Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sara. Seti kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. We got it going down this Sunday. Let me go and put the flyer in there. I don't know why it ain't in there. Need to be in there. Most definitely need it. Matter of fact, it's back there. Well, I don't need to throw it in there. Matter of fact, just let me come. Got it right there in the back. That's right, family. This Sunday, the Kemetic baptism, the sacred African arts versus Western occultism, guaranteed to be nothing but fire. Nothing but fire. We're going to be looking deep into the Kemetic mystery system to show our family the curriculum of the Egyptian priests and priestesses, the curriculum that got them to salvation, developed them over 40 years to be profound in divinity and righteousness, that gave them the key to come into a mentor, to be one with the Holy Mother and Holy Father, Osiris and Isis, looking at the laws of nature, looking at the laws of the cosmos, and living it out, and looking at the foundation of all Western religions, which ain't nothing but the eradication of cosmic black divinity and African people. And so we got to look at and see if at any given time up until this point that we still engaging in theosophies, theologies, religions, and philosophies, political systems that are at the foundation is the eradication of black divinity. We have to understand these things so that we can progress and develop out of oppression. You understand? In slavery. You understand what I'm saying? And you can be here and don't even know you're a slave. You understand? And that's even more profound, that you need to, the link is right down. Matter of fact, let me put the damn link in here. Let me put the link in there. You need it. I can't let you go. I got to get it in here for you. Let me put it in here. Let me get it in here. And I want you in the house. Want you in the house. Don't you even hesitate. Click that link and begin to think. All right, let me put it down in there. Bingo. Bingo. Here we go. Here we go, right there. All right, family. Let's do this. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sara Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry. I'm freestyling. Just to let you know, I know it by heart. You see, classic and Jurassic DVD lectures, t-shirts and hoodies. We got, and matter of fact, we got 15% off at this time, so you can come in on everything in the store. 15% off. You can come and get you something beautiful and get you a discount. We got African and Kemetic jewelry. We got the aunts. We got the necklaces. We got the earrings. We got the bracelets. We got the finger rings. We got the cuffs. The warrior cuffs. For the warrior kings out there. We got West Africa. We got East Africa. We got nothing but beautiful products for your family. Holistic herbal tonics and remedies. We got some more coming up on deck, but we got what you need right now to get you together, family. We got the organic immunity booster, the holy black seed oil, and we got the men tonic. You need a little help, brother? We can get you together. That's right. We can get you together. We also got home decor, accessories for every room in the house, living room, dining room, kitchen, I said kitchen, living, bedroom too. We got you. Class is now in session, family. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, over 900 videos, 2 raw for YouTube. We got Seti with the master teachers. We got Freemasonry, the black woman is God, the Olmecs, ancient Egypt, Nubia. We got all world religions, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, the other ism. We got video and radio interviews by the general, highlights from over 50 cities. I got so many people that want to interview the general right now, and I'm thinking about giving, some some family the opportunity to get the general out there, because I know everybody been wanting to hear the general, and that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. Ancient civilizations and mythology, Black power, politics, and economics, the complete General Sara Seti, and you're gonna get nothing but fire at occult origins of the COVID plague too. I didn't even tell you about one, the blood wars, and it's some occult shit going on out here, and it's already been foretold. You need to get in there and check it out. Homicidal science, depopulation, death code exposed, mass planetary infections, and more to come. Animal-human hybrids. That's right. It's not a mythology. It's real. The Great Reset that's going on, that's trying to eradicate a lot of our people off the planet. We got to know these things. We also got the making of the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. We got that. You understand? You understand why you in the predicament? Because you the Neanderthal today. You with him. You didn't join the Neanderthal clan. And you act just like a Neanderthal right here in your own neighborhood. Got to wake you up, family. Got to show you the truth. Put that mirror up on you. And you understand, when if it don't crack, you'll get the opportunity to look deep inside of yourself. That's right. General Seti, keep it popping on Patreon, BPC, making noise. We never calm. Exclusive live stream, too hot to handle for YouTube. Tomorrow we got Ogun versus Hemda. It's going down. It's going down. We got the battle of the gods going on. That's right. Ogun versus Hemda. You understand? Who gonna be victor? Who gonna be the victor, family? It ain't what you do. We show our family the power of both deities. Just drop the gatekeepers of the occult world. You understand what I'm saying? A profound a presentation. And you just don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss them. So click them links, begin to think, get your mind and your body in position to get this information. That's right. And make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, General Seti, Sara Seti, King Seti, rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, and share it with your family and friends. You feel me? Comment. Tell me how you feel. Just be respectful, because I will ban your ass. You say you can't hear me? You got to turn your volume up. You got to turn your volume up. Turn your volume up. Turn your volume up. All right, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on, family. Nah, I broke this lecture up into 3 parts. So you're gonna have to I'm gonna give you the first part. I'm about to drop right now. Come back and get the second one and the third part. It's intended to be a full lecture, but I'm not giving nobody no full lecture on no one video. That's just not gonna happen. This is profound information that I need to show you. You understand that and motherfuckers out here talking about science, and these motherfuckers out here is fraudulent. You understand? They just as fraudulent as they want to be. And I'm gonna break it. And when I show you this now, okay, when I show you this, then I want you to take this information and apply it to everything that you come in contact with when you're dealing with this Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. You feel me? The lie of a white or Arab ancient Egypt destroyed. Okay, part 1. Now, Western academia has created tons of pseudosciences to wait a minute, let me get this one. Because I wrote this many years back, and so I'm gonna just come on up out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the wordings I don't even understand where my mind was at that time, and so I can. But the information, the hardcore information, I got. You see, and so what we dealing with today is how these scientists, you see, that they call forcenic scientists, who are recreating a lot of these, these mannequins and shit that go into these museums, a lot of these recreations of ancient people such as King Tut, the so-called Nefertiti's, and all various. It don't make no difference. Even the so-called what we call hominoids or homonyms. Hominoids. You know what I'm saying? That they call themselves recreating from the past. We're gonna look at the science that they use to bring to life these so-called recreations. You see, authentic recreations. And when we look at this science, we're gonna see that it's fraudulent. That everything that they're creating is based on really, their own conceptions. That they have no hardcore science. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to do the things that they claim that they could do. You see, it's impossible for them to do it. And I'm going to use their own scientists to verify these things now. We're not going to come in here and we just going to bring some shit that, we're going to bring the scientific facts. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Now, this is coming from the Natural Museum of Natural History. Okay. The National Museum of Natural History, the Smithsonian. Okay. Now, what it's saying is when it comes now, when I say for authentic recreation, it could just be a skull. You see, say for instance, they find some skulls in the ground, and you know how they can take, they take clay and shit and mold and they recreate a face and then and then they tell you this is how this individual look. This is what we're talking about. This is how this individual look. They done that to many the ancient Egyptians, such as King Tut, and such as so-called Nefertiti, who they've never found, and I prove that. You see what I'm saying? And so they, if you give accreditation to the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal science, that's just like giving accreditation to his religion. What they call science is as fraudulent or more fraudulent than the religion. See? And so many times we think you think you're doing something by quoting science. You see what I'm saying? Versus religion. And in reality, the science is religion, and many times is worse. And many times is worse. Okay? Let me take that out of here for right now. You see? And many times is worse. Now, when you look at the spots on the face, you see lettering. You see? And everywhere that's where you get soft tissue. You see? And so when you see them lettering, you're going to understand what they're trying to say. Now, this is coming from the National Museum of Natural History, the Smithsonian. The finished product only approximates actual appearance because the cranium does not reflect soft tissue details. Okay, eye, hair, and skin color, facial hair, the shape of the lips, or how much fat tissue covers the bone. Yet a facial reconstruction can put a name on an unidentified body in a modern forensic case or in an archaeological investigation. A face on history. I'm going to read it to you again. The finished product only approximates actual appearance because the cranium does not reflect. So if all you got is a cranium, all you got is a cranium. Okay, the cranium does not reflect soft tissue detail. The eye, you cannot tell what eye color they have. the hair, unless there's something on there. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot tell what kind of hair was on the head. Skin color, you can't tell. Facial hair, can't tell. The shape of the lips, can't tell. Or how much fat tissue covers the bone. You can't tell if somebody was fat or skinny. You can't. Not with just a skull. Yet so what they say? Yet a facial reconstruction can put a name on an unidentified body in a modern forensic case or in an archaeological investigation, a face on history. Now, check this out. This is from author Jennifer Chase, okay, who is an international award-winning author and criminologist. She's a criminologist. You see, she creates the forensic recreations. There are limitations. Listen to what she said. There are limitations to the facial reconstruction by the artist sculptor. The hair color, hairstyles, facial expression, shape of lips, and eye color, and how much fat on soft tissue areas, and how much are generalized guesses. Yes. See, are generalized. However, the completed reconstructions have been successful in many cases to help narrow down searches and assist in identification. You see? So they're generalized guesses. So when they start, they got a picture. You see? And so when they go to recreate it, they got an image in their mind. They ain't just throwing the shit on there. They got an image in their mind from and that's really what guide them. You see? Because, you got to have a guide. Because you ain't got nothing but a skull. And so you don't know the eyes and shit. So you have a model in which you're working with, and you try to piece it together. You see? So I don't want you to think they just throwing shit on there and that it come to be what it's supposed. It don't happen that way because, you can't tell because many times the soft tissue ain't even connected to the bone. So it ain't even connected to the bone, so you can't tell, what it looked like. Let's deal with this now. Now, I get this out of one of these scientific magazines. I'll get to it. It says the first scientific facial reconstruction was done by Wilhelm Einstein in 1895. He utilized measurements of tissue depth, thickness from German cadavers to reconstruct the face of Bach. In present day, facial reconstruction is applied to both forensics and archaeology, and some of the methods employed by Einstein are still in use today. Skepticism exists in the biological anthropological community, especially as it pertains to archaeological human remains. This question is particularly inquiring about the reliability of facial reconstruction as it applies to forensics. However, and that it is only what will be discussed in this response. All right, I have found enough evidence to support that forensic reconstruction is not entirely reliable, particularly in the terms of positive identification. Listen to this. Now, this is a scientist, okay? I can pull it out and, because I chopped it up, and I'll get to where it came from. And so it's not entirely reliable, particularly in terms of positive identification, and should be used as supplementary aid in a forensic investigation when all other avenues have been exhausted. So this shit is the last shit you use. You understand what I'm saying? When you're trying, it's the last shit you use. First and foremost, there are glaring limitations in predicting facial soft tissue on dry bone alone. In general anatomy, it is taught that many of the facial muscles are not directly associated with the bone. Some may have one attachment site to bone, but the other attachments are associated with other soft tissue. The only two muscles whose attachments remain visible on the skull in almost every instance is the masseter and the temporalis. The masseter, and the temporalis. Okay. Let me see. Is that where it's supposed to be? Yeah. Individuals that do facial reconstructions are quick to point out that these reconstructions are not expected to positively identify an unidentified individual, but are done to aid the investigation by generating leads or tentative ID. As it turns out, facial reconstructions is not too reliable at all. Because of this, a more suitable term for facial recognition should be employed, such as facial approximation, because the term recognizes the error or general inaccuracies in this forensic technique. Man, this shit right here, boy, this is some hot shit. You understand what I'm saying? That we dealing with here. You see? So when you're talking about the temporalis muscle and the masseter, you see muscle. Okay, and so you see these is the only real two muscles that have a connection to the bone. So you can kind of put something and kind of but all these other areas, you understand. Now here it is. Here is the references right here. Lee W.J. Wilkinson and so on, and you could come back and just pause and get these. You can go facial Wilkinson, Caroline Wilkinson 2010. You see facial reconstruction, anatomical art or artistic anatomy, artistic anatomy. Okay, and so you could go over these references and you can go and read it yourself, because there's many scientists that back it up, and most people that deal with it understand that. But it's the average people out here that's looking at this shit, giving it credit, that just like when they had that Nefertiti shit, they put that shit out here and people took it to heart. Okay, so here it says there are carefully applied steps to begin the reconstruction process of the face. There are limitations to the facial reconstruction by the artist sculptor. Everybody say that. See, but we don't do no fucking research. You see, there are limitations to the facial reconstruction by the artist sculptor. So this ain't this not the same definition. This over and over and over. The hair color, the hairstyle, the texture of the hair, facial expression, shape of lips, eye color, and how much fat or soft tissue areas how much fat on soft tissue areas are generalized guesses. They're guessing. Okay. So again, when you see this, you see all them points that you see is soft tissue areas. You see, those are soft tissue areas. And so all of that is guessed. You understand? They can't, if you got just a skull, you cannot tell. So, when you look at this tut over here, they knew what the fuck they wanted it to look like before they started. It wasn't like they started and took the skull, because they can't do that. You can't tell what it looked like. So you know where you're going with it when you start. So they got some form of a guideline on which they're going to use before they even start. You see, again, showing, so these is the soft tissue areas. You see all around the nose, in the cheek area, even in the chin. You see even in the chin, on the jawline. You see even in the cheekbones. You see all around the eye area. Around your eye where you got that soft tissue up in there. They can't tell none of that. You understand? They can't tell none of that. And so now you looking at this shit, and they telling you they recreating this shit. First and foremost, both of them are fakes. Both of them are fakes. Because we gonna show you Nefertiti on the wall, and don't look like neither one of them at all. Both of them is fake. Again, showing you this soft tissue landmarks, soft tissue nasal areas, and so on and so forth. This is the scientific breakdown. Your lip, your up under the nose, the chin, even the neck. Even the neck. They can't tell you how, you know what I'm saying? Even the neck, they can't tell you how long the goddamn neck was. Okay? And so, now that we understand some of that, we got to look at this these fake ass reconstructions. You see? But because they claiming that they took King Tut's skull to recreate these things. You see? But without you knowing that there's no way for them to do that, you see what I'm saying? Now you have something you can stand on from a scientific point to shoot that shit down. You see? Because I'm going to show you as we move into part 2, you understand what I'm saying? The exactness of a master artist who's looking at an individual that really cannot be duplicated. When you got a master artist or a master sculptor, the only thing that can be more exact than that, somebody looking, especially a master, and I'm gonna show you, especially a master artist or sculptor, is damn near a photo. If you ain't got a photo, then the next thing that is as exact as a photo, and shit, some of these damn, man, listen here. Some of these damn artists today, you couldn't tell if it wasn't a photo. They getting so cold with it, you couldn't tell. Why are the ancient Egyptian reconstructions so unlike the original? That's crazy. Because it's fucking my head up. It's fucking my head up that a master artist, you know what I'm saying, that could be looking directly at an individual and create what you see on the left, which is an original out of the tomb, and he's seeing what he see what's on the right. These white, Caucasian, Arab-looking King Tuts. He looking and he would create the one on the left. That's totally impossible. You see what I'm saying? That's totally impossible. And I'm gonna show you that there is a standard look of King Tut over hundreds of carvings. You see, over hundreds of carvings, that the look is standard amongst all the carvings. You see, it's standard. So they don't look too much different than each other. You know that's him. So when you look at this one and you look at the one to the right, they look alike. You see? So that means that, because it's not one artist that's doing that. You see what I'm saying? These are all, master artists. You see, master, sculptors. They're masters. How could the ancient Egyptian artists mistake this level of melanin in a white man? You see, if this is the one to the right is the truth, how did the ancient sculptor, master, and I'm going to tell you, they don't make mistakes like that, because I'm going to show you today's artists and masters. and show you that they don't make no goddamn mistake like that. They don't make no mistake like that. You see? So how could the ancient Egyptian artists mistake this level of melanin in a white man? You see? This was a brother of deep, rich hue, melanin and hue. As you look at some of the other statues, you can see there's a standard in his look. You see? And these are the originals. That means that the sculptors and the master artisans and sculptors were looking directly at the young king. You see? They were looking directly at the young king. Okay? Now, this is Nefertiti. Now, they're trying to say that Nefertiti was the mother of King Tut. They don't really know, but they have come to the consensus that she's not. But when they did this last recreation of Nefertiti, they tried to throw out there that she might have been King Tut's mother. Now, this is, when you look to the left, that's Nefertiti on a wall from Akhenaten, which is the holy city of Akhenaten, which is the holy. And so this is a depiction of Nefertiti, an original. You see? Now you looking at that woman right there and ask yourself, how in the hell can this African woman be the mother of this created creature, this Serapis? Ask yourself that. See, we got to deal with the original first. See, that's a fake. Once you understand the scientific limitations, that and one person say it ain't even a science. It's art. It's an assumption. It's an artistic assumption. That's what it is. You see, that's what it is. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set a standard here. So when you look at Akhenaten's children, you look at Akhenaten, you see, you look at his wife Nefertiti, you see, there's no way you can see that this is one race. You understand what I'm saying? This is one race, and they all look alike. You see, they all look alike. This is one race. Let's be real about it. And so they put this motherfucker in there. You understand? This is what they say. He say he looked like Akhenaten. You see? But they never show, they don't show the hair, none of that, from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Now, goddamn well, that right there is not going to go. It ain't going to fly. You see what I'm saying? Because you try to put it on one, but you got to show the race. You see what I'm saying? And as you can see, there's no way that thing right there is from Africa in the middle. You understand what I'm saying? Try again. You see, you got to show the whole family. You got to show the whole race. You can't go putting one face on the no. You can't do that. You got to show the whole bloodline. You see what I'm saying? And show the grandmothers, Queen T and the great-great-great-grandmother, almost Nefertari and Tutmosis. You got to show the whole bloodline. And that'll blow that shit up out the water. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're trying to do to our people. You see, again, showing you the Brooklyn Museum. That's Nefertiti in the Brooklyn Museum. See, melanin. No loss of melanin. You see what I'm saying? How in the fuck is you going to be in Egypt? And you got to understand, she lived in goddamn Egypt for over 30-something years. King Tut how in the fuck is you living in Egypt for over 30-something years, and you this color? You see what I'm saying? Goddamn, and then you got to deal with the fact that, any type of Caucasoid or whatever, you got to deal with the fact, where's the records of skin cancer? You're not going to exist you're not indigenous, because in order for you to be native, tropical regions don't produce humans or animals that don't got no goddamn melanin. If you're native, you're going to be blessed with the element of melanin to be able to survive in an area like that. You're not going to be born without no goddamn melanin. You see? And so, they throw out, and so again, this is in the Ashmolean Museum, you see? And so again, right here, look at this. See, now you see how he put, and now again, look at this shit. You see? You look at what they trying to do. trying to, but they knew what they was doing. If you believe that when they put the shit on their face that it looked like that motherfucker, then you gonna say, oh, they look alike. You see what I'm saying? You gonna say, oh, they look alike, but that's just not true. They're not able to do that. So what I did is I put the bloodline up there. You see what I'm saying? And so when you see the bloodline, you see from Amos Nefertari, the queen, Empress T. You see right there the emperor, the god Amenhotep the second. You see what I'm saying? You see Amenhotep the second, and you see Amos Nefertari, and over here you see Akhenaten. He used to be Amenhotep. Wait a minute, Amenhotep. He was Amenhotep the fourth. So that's I believe that's Amenhotep the third. That's Amenhotep the third. That's Amenhotep the third. You see? And so you see the bloodline there. You see, you don't see nobody. And so even when you start talking about Hatshepsut, this Amos Nefertari was the great, I believe it might have been great grandmother of Hatshepsut. You see what I'm saying? Was the great grandmother of Hatshepsut. And then you see Tutmosis the third. You see right there, that was his great grandmother. You see what I'm saying? And so we lining it up, that. And so now let's go to work. See, because you got what they call the cops. See, they don't want to see. This is where that fake shit called the Medunata fall in. You see, because they just don't want to tell the truth. A lot of these so-called black nigga metal, they want to use Coptic. You see what I'm saying? As a means to and that's what they used. You see, that's what Champollion and them, because they was under the through their European thinking that the cops was somehow the last remnants of the ancient Egyptians. They did not want to give the Africans the credit for being, so they looked for any watered down origin that they could. And so they used the Copts. You see, who are the Copts? The Coptics are the bastard children of the Greeks. And I say particularly the Greeks. You see what I'm saying? Though I include the Romans too. But because they use Greek lettering, I say the Greeks. You see what I'm saying? They were the bastard children of the Greeks. You see what I'm saying? So when you see them, that's exactly what they is. And when you see a Greek, you see an Arab, it's going to be hard. You ain't going to be able to, if a motherfucker put on a turban and say, Assalamu alaikum, you wouldn't be able to tell them from any Arab. Okay, and so we talking about Fayum mummies, portraits. So now, here we go. And we, I'll let you know when we get to part two. We coming up on part two. You understand? I'm going to come out of this and we're going to go in because that, I didn't got to the point where I wanted to go. Clearly there are depictions of white people in Egypt. Okay? We just went over it. You see? We just went over that. You see? They are, these are, technically, now they might be mixed, but I put them with the white people. You know how they try to take and put them with black? I put them over there. Don't come over here. Go over there. You see, they don't, you let white people decide, y'all take the, no. You go over there. You see what I'm saying? And so, clearly, if somebody was white, they had no problem depicting that. They had no problem in depicting that. Look at that. What do you see? You see white people in ancient Egypt. So if they was white and they had pale skin, they showed them. You see? They didn't have no problem. They didn't make her look like her. Almost Nefertari. No. They didn't do that. They didn't put no melanin in there deep like that. They portrayed them how they look. You see how they look. And so clearly there were depictions of white people in Egypt. So if Nefertari was actually white, it wouldn't have been a problem to depict her as such. You see, if that's how she looked, they wouldn't have never made her look like the one up here. You know, they wouldn't have never made her look like this. You understand what I'm saying? They wouldn't have never made her look like this. Okay? They would have never made her look like this. If she looked like this to the left, they could have clearly did that because they were doing that. They were doing that for people that look like that. So obviously, she did not look like that. Okay, the fake Tut looks like many of the Fayum portraits of Romans and Greeks. So when you look at him and you put him in there, he looks just like the rest of what you call the Coptic, the Fayum and Greeks. You see, they were very successful in creating images of white people during the times of the Romans. So they clearly, if they were white, they depicted them as white. No problem. You see, no problem at all. Here you go. These bastard children of the Greeks and Romans later became the Copts. And that's why they use them and their language as the means to co-opt the ancient Egyptian religion, which they have not deciphered, not even to this day. See, that hurt, but it's true. It hurt, but it's true. If they saw white people, they created white people. Simple as that. You see? And so now we're about to go into part 2, where I'm going to come out of this and I'm going to come back in. It's too much to be on one. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to break it down for you. You can come back here and you can look. And so what we've done in the first, we've looked at the science. You know what I'm saying? That, for cynic, recreation showing you that they cannot recreate a skull. You understand what I'm saying? So they have in their mind where they want to go. They're trying to recreate a white Egypt. You understand? And the only way they can do it, if you are ignorant of the science of photogenic recreation, which some scientists don't even call it a science. They call that shit artistic assumptions. That's all that it is. We're going to go and believe me, when you moved into part 2 and we're going into part 3, which we're going to destroy the monkey men concept. We're going to destroy that because a lot of it is also based on this same fraudulent photogenic recreation. Come right back, family, for part 2.